Hello, and today's talk is the Tyranny of Credentialism. So, I don't know if you know this, but I am not qualified for anything I do on this channel. I have no qualifications in anything for anything. I did not go to school for skyscraper construction. I have never constructed a skyscraper. I have never designed a skyscraper. I have never written a constitution. I have never written a legal contract. I have never done anything. To be quite honest with you, I'm even pirating my Adobe software to make this video. And yet somehow my creativity and my skills aren't that bad. And the results are pretty good, aren't they? So what does that tell you about credentialism? What does that tell you about this tyranny that we've been creating for ourselves over the last 100 years? This creeping credentialism, this fetishization of credentialism. When you go to school, when you go to university, you're kind of indoctrinated into the existing order. You're indoctrinated into the existing way of doing things, the existing ideology, and the spoken or unspoken rule is that you are not allowed to rock the boat. You are not allowed to change anything. You're not allowed to think freely. You're not allowed to be as creative as you can be. We always run into these situations in society where we are completely limited by society. Society puts us in a box. I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. And I don't really care about that because I don't care about credentialism. I'm not interested in your fucking boxes. I like hexagons better. But anyway, the only box I'm interested in being put in is the one that God puts me in, is the one that the universe puts me in, the laws of science and the laws of economics. That's the only box that I really care about. I certainly don't care about credentialism, and I certainly don't care about the political sensitivities within your stupid credentialism. And we've applied credentialism to everything in society. Well, not everything, but way too much. Like, if you're performing surgery, okay, that makes a little bit of sense. I see where you're coming from with the credentialism. If you're a lawyer, maybe a little bit of credentialism, but we have too much. And then, if you are designing a skyscraper, yeah, sure, you want those things to be approved by someone who knows a bit about the math and schematics and stuff. But, like, there's credentialism for, like, babysitting. And, like, even teachers, right? Do you really need 6 years of college to teach children the ABCs? To, like, go over worksheets and, like, learn vocabulary? Why do you need 6 years of college to teach kids vocabulary? This makes no sense. This is just evil. It's just another industry. It's another money grab. It's another way to maximize GDP. And while you're maximizing GDP, what you're really doing is you're maximizing suffering. You're maximizing the financial suffering of the population. When you could just not. That's the alternative. Just don't have credentialism. And the lack of credentialism, in a way, frees people to work, doesn't it? It gives them freedom, less limitations, less judgment, less years of their lives spent in a classroom. I honestly think classrooms are highly overrated. Yes, they're fine for learning how to read, for learning arithmetic, for learning vocabulary. They're great for these things. These things are fine. But for learning wisdom, can you really learn wisdom in a classroom? Or do you learn wisdom through experience? Do you learn wisdom through culture? Do you learn wisdom through religion? And just to backtrack a little bit, the credentialism around politics is especially weird. Like, anyone can be elected president. There's no requirements besides winning the election. But then once you win the election, it's like the ultimate credentialism. Yet I'm a complete nobody, and I rewrote the entire Constitution from scratch, which is the ultimate political document. So there's all of these weird opposite extremes in the political world. And I just made this post on a forum, which I won't name, but I mentioned that there's a new constitution coming, and it's written by a complete nobody, and I specifically crapped on the idea of credentialism in the post, and there were so many people in the comments saying, "This is BS, you're not allowed to write the Constitution, you're not allowed to write a Constitution, credentialism this, credentialism that, blah blah blah." And I'm like, wait a second, who were the founding fathers? Did they have some weird title? I mean, they had no real credentials. Why can't the document stand on its own? Why can't ideas stand on their own? And then you can raise up the person who created those ideas after the fact. Whereas with credentialism, you're judging the individual instead of the ideas. And you're actually judging the individual before you even look at the ideas, before you even consider the ideas. So it's completely against academic rigor. It's completely against truth. It's completely against maturity, right? It's just childish, tyrannical nonsense. It's so stupid. What a stupid system we've enslaved ourselves to. Again and again and again, over and over and over. We create these social systems that enslave us, and then we wonder how and why we're enslaved. So hopefully my very public and very proud status as a complete nobody with absolutely no credentials in anything is going to put this tyrannical system on a path of destruction which it may never recover from. That's what I'm hoping. We'll see. Anyway, I could say more on this topic, but I don't want the video to go too long, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you, and have a nice day.